Passion.
Passionate.
Passionate.
Passion.
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 Everything I did, I was following something I really cared about, something I loved, something I was passionate about. And I kept following that passion, whether it was cars, whether it was anthropology, whether it was art, photography. And eventually it led me to my huge passion, my real passion, which was making movies, which combined all of those things. And I realized that had I gone on to get my degree in anthropology, I would have probably made anthropological movies in New Guinea or someplace, and eventually been on National Geographic and the History Channel, and been then making features, and I'd have done Star Wars just the same. If I'd have gone to Art Center and become an illustrator, I would have probably started doing animation and doing animated films and making animated things, and then ultimately I would have gone on and been right where I was. So no matter which route I took, because I cared about all of them, they all led to the same place. Had I done what my father had wished me to do, which is to go into the office equipment business with him, which I knew I wasn't going to do, I knew I hated that, my life would have been unpleasant. And so I think it's very important not to do what your peers think you should do, not do what your parents think you should do, or your teachers, but to do what you inside, or even your culture thinks, but do what's inside you.
Honestly, there's no difference. The way you win it, the way I win at the game, I go at business as hard as I win at the game. I study businesses and I study people as much as I studied people trying to figure out plays. So it's kind of something I told the kids yesterday. When you see transition really start to happen, when you really want to transition into something, master it. There's no limits. Don't let the world ever put limits on you. You can do anything you want to do. But make sure if you have a vision, make sure the vision is written. Make sure you have something to actually chase and not just hoping and wishing and all these different things. So I tell guys this all the time, put your plan together and then work the plan. Don't work somebody else's plan, right? That's one thing about the league. I love the league, but the league is somebody else's brand. Right? You have to create your own brand yourself. And your brand is whatever you feel like doing, whatever your heart is passionate about, chase it.
I don't know why, but ever since I was really young, I thought I'd never have a problem making money, whatever I did. So really it was a choice of what was I going to do for it. And I just had a passionate affair with music. It was a very amorous affair with music.
Let me tell you something, man. Like, for me, it doesn't matter what I do. I could do all of the Hollywood stuff, and I could, and I do all that, and everybody knows about that part of my life. Yeah, all of that. But you know what? There is nothing on earth more like fun and crazy and wild for me than just getting on them records and rhyming and hearing my joint on the radio, hearing my joint in the club. I don't even look. I could host a zillion Grammys. I could, do TV shows and shoot bazookas and blow cars up and do all of that. But none of that gives me the adrenaline rush and the thrill that music gives me. You know what I'm saying? And so when you put your heart and soul and your passion into something, I can't walk away from that just because it never was business for me. It was always personal. You know what I'm saying? Music was always personal to me. And I know that's almost weird in an era where it's all about being a businessman, but for me, music was always personal. I just wanted to be the best, be hot, and just have something hot, hear my voice on the radio, be heard, and just feel it.
You may have setbacks and you may have failures, but you're not done. You're not even getting started. Not by a long shot. And if you ever forget that, just look to history. Thomas Paine was a failed corset maker, a failed teacher, and a failed tax collector before he made his mark on history with a little book called Common Sense that helped ignite a revolution. Julia Child didn't publish her first cookbook until she was almost 50. Colonel Sanders didn't open up his first Kentucky Fried Chicken until he was in his 60s. Winston Churchill was dismissed as little more than a has-been who enjoyed scotch a little bit too much before he took over as prime minister and saw Great Britain through its finest hour. No one thought a former football player stocking shelves at the local supermarket would return to the game he loved, become a Super Bowl MVP, and then come here to Arizona and lead your Cardinals to their first Super Bowl. your body of work is never done. Each of them, at one point in their life, didn't have any title or much status to speak of. But they had passion, a commitment to following that passion wherever it would lead, and to working hard every step along the way.
And I mean, what does it mean to survive as a musician? What does it take? You know, we make money, we make a living, and it's a great living now. After, you know, we were signed in 1998. So we invested in ourselves, time, energy, passion, blood, sweat, tears, as well as other things. And, you know, it took a long time. And now we have an incredible touring life. So the touring is really where most artists pay the rent. You know, there's an accepted wisdom that artists really don't think so much about making a living from selling albums. But for me, it's never been about even making a living. It's been about passion. It's been about making something from nothing. It's been about sharing things with other people. It's been about creativity, and it's been about dreams. And that's what it should always be about.
Because no one feels like they're good enough.
Yeah.
Like, no one does. Like, everybody, we all, I mean, like, how old are you?
28.
Yeah, we were all, like, around that age where it was, like jobs weren't there after they came out, and people were just kind of like, oh, that's what I feel like I'm being lied to, because it's just like everybody kind of became a freelance photographer, everybody became a freelance, and then you realize, like, oh man, no one's really happy. Like, like no one's really happy because we're not attaining those goals that everybody told. We're supposed to have kids and do like all these things that we're supposed to, and no one's really happy because like they realize like all those things are kind of not what make you happy. That's what our parents did to like have purpose. They were like, yeah, and now we have all that stuff, and like the thing we're supposed to do is really be helping each other, but we've been brought up in this kind of like, well, I'm supposed to be like the top ranking manager at this thing by this point and have that, and it's not real. It's just not real. It's not necessary. Everybody should be just following their passion because they're gonna be good at that at most. But like people are too worried about you know their jobs because people gotta eat. It's sad, but it's just like it's true. Like people gotta eat. And I feel bad. Like I don't want to be the guy on camera being like, you should be following your dreams, and then people are like, I have 5 kids. I can't do that, but I think it's true. Like people are scared and vulnerable. It's because it's dangerous to do that. But I don't think we're gonna grow if we don't.
Follow what you're passionate about, what you love. If it's not work, if you love what you're doing. Okay. Most people, when I say they're living quiet lives of desperation, is because they're involved in a business or a job that they don't enjoy, they're not passionate about. Okay, so if you found something that you're passionate about, that it doesn't matter if you work 3 hours a day or 13 hours a day, that's where you start. And most people aren't there. Most people have to find that.
Coming from modeling, where does the business background come from? I mean, there are other models who have tried to turn something else, but you've developed a full business. Did that just come along the way?
I think most of it was a natural progression. It wasn't something I really thought about it and really thought it through. But everything of it has to be authentic. So the cosmetics was a natural given because I could never find cosmetics for myself all the years I've modeled. So that was a natural progression because not only I was looking for one, but all women of skin of color were asking me the same thing. So Iman Cosmetics launching it was really a natural. The other stuff was really passion. The Iman home is my passion. I love interior decorating. So that was really, truly just passion. And the HSN Global Chic, because HSN came to me and I created a small collection of accessories, and then it just became more and more, and now it's like the #2 fashion brand at HSN.
In my career, I've been fortunate to know and work with many of this country's top CEOs and business leaders. I'm always struck by a certain passion that defines them. While they may be wealthy and powerful, their passion goes beyond money and power. I won't stand here and tell you that those are bad things. They're pretty good, but only if you have a larger purpose in mind. If you don't have passion for your work or the drive to make a better life for your kids than your own, then you won't have what it takes to keep you going.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'd love to know which of the clips you like the best and why, and also how do you find and follow your passion, and what difficulties are you having right now? Leave it in the comments below. I'm going to join in the discussion. Thank you guys so much for watching. Continue to believe, and I'll see you soon.